Hey y'all, it's me, Wanda Butler, and once again, you are Wigging Out with Wanda. And yes, I have been away, not away, but just really busy with some other things, and of course, production kind of, suffered for it, but I'm back. I have been filming, just not posting, but a lot of cute things coming up in the future. Now, this wig that I have on today, it's an old wig. I've had it for quite a while. Ooh, got my glasses, okay. I've had it for quite a while, and it's actually the same wig that I have on in the interview, but this is like a month later, and I put some product in it, some synthetic wig spray and some dry shampoo or whatever. So it's working. It's doing what it do, and it is synthetic, and like I say, I've had it a long time. I can't say exactly how long, but it's been more than a year or two. So, but she still holds up really well, and I like her. It has a natural kind of black girl hair, natural sheen to it, and texture, kind of a little kinky a little bit, but she'll do it. So for the interview, I actually had rolled it up really tight in the rod rollers, the big thick rod, and I rolled it up, and I think I may have flat ironed it first, or hot rolled it first, and then put it in the bone rollers to set, and it set very well. So be encouraged in your wig outs. Some take heat, some don't. Some say they take heat, and they do as far as a flat iron goes, but they don't curl well. So you kind of have to put the heat on them, and then put a roller or curler in them, or once you curl it, pin the curl up until it cools. But it works. Yeah, it works. I like it's good and full, because I like it good and full. And I actually have a center part. Yeah, I don't normally have that center part, but I'm gonna rock her today. I think I have a side part in the interview, but okay. So this interview, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's a part A and a part B, part 1, part 2. This is Bishop Jack Bomar, and he is the spiritual leader, or the bishop of the Hillside International Truth Center. Yes, all of that. Hillside International Truth Center, located. I'm still working on my east side, west side, so I think it's the west end, over on Cascade. And they have a beautiful service, a really beautiful service. They'll bump you a little bit, they'll meditate, and then of course the word is always 100. And Bishop Bomar took over, but the mantle was passed to him by Dr. Barbara King. And a lot of people, you know Dr. Barbara King. And I'm going to get a better picture in post. But yes, he was given the mantle by her. Let me see there. And I guess on the back you can see. But I'll try to put some of these in post. And he has taken the reins of Hillside, the ministry, and run with it. And he's doing a marvelous job. The people there are very sweet. They try to keep you entertained. They have a lot of things going on all the time. Now, this month, September, is actually Bishop's birthday month. And during the interview, we found out that our birthdays are on the same day. So they are celebrating something terrible over there at Hillside. Now, you have to say, if you're going to put it in your GPS, you have to say Hillside International Truth Church. Because, honey, I set out going over there one day and ended up at Hillside Apartments on the totally opposite end of the city. So, Hillside International Truth Church. Put that in your GPS. They have service, starts at 10 o'clock on Sunday mornings. And as I said, it's a really good service. It really is. This month, they're celebrating over there, and they have something going on a lot. I don't have the itinerary or the list of things, but I do know on the 27th, which is a Friday night, it's a concert. Yes, and yours truly will be there at the concert singing, "Hey, yes, I will." So come on out and share with us and be with us and have fun with us. And I understand it's a very casual kind of evening. So just come and enjoy yourself, enjoy music, and enjoy, what they have to offer over there at Hillside. And again, your girl, I'm going to spit a song or two out. So come on out and see us. Now, here we go into the interview with Bishop Jack Bomar. See you in the edit. Bye. Hey, y'all. It's me, your girl, Wanda Butler, and I am here at Hillside International Truth Church, and I'm Truth Center, and I am sitting here with Bishop Jack Bomar.
Bomar.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna get it right, y'all. I'm gonna get it together. You know how I'll do it. But we are here wigging out today, and this is an interesting man. He is he had the mantle of Hillside has been passed down to him from Dr. Barbara King, and we're going to let him tell you about that.
All right. Well, blessings. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you for inviting me on. I serve as the presiding prelate here at Hillside, and inherited the mantle from my spiritual mother, one of the iconic leaders in this city and around the world, Bishop Dr. Barbara Lewis King, who transitioned in 2020, and before she did, about a year and a half, 2 years, right at 2 years before she did, she called me in to be her successor.
Wow.
And I was actually a student, was ordained through the Barbara King School of Ministry. I first came to Hillside in 98, and I started working on the maintenance department. So I started in this ministry, cleaning toilets, scrubbing floors.
And he's still wiping up behind us.
So, you do what it takes in order to get it done. And for me, that's been a part of my whole spiritual formation. I believe that leaders lead, and we have to learn how to be servants of all first and followers before we can be good leaders.
So you mean you don't just pick up the book and take off running?
No, I might be running with the book, but I'm dusting and cleaning and straightening up as I get there on the way, And it takes that. And when we're called to spiritual service, we have to put on the whole mantle and be prepared to do what it takes to help get things done, to lead people to the truth of themselves. That's what we're about here.
Yeah.
We're leading people to the truth of themselves. So we call this place a spiritual center rather than a church, and I'll tell you why. So many people today are fed up with the whole concept of church and religion. They don't do church. I don't. So when you come to Hillside, I tell people, you're not coming to a church. You're coming to a spiritual center. You're not coming to the church. You are coming as the church. You are the church, and you come into this spiritual center. And when you get around other spiritually minded, illumined individuals, enlightened individuals, oh, what a mighty good time we can have. But if I'm not taking care of Paul says, know you not that your body is the temple. The Spirit is here.
Yes.
This is the dwelling house.
Yes, yes.
And so, and likewise for you as well. So this is a spiritual center. And in here, we embrace the many paths to life, to God. And we refer to this presence and power, known by many names as God, Divine Mind, Olodumare, Allah, all of those references. And we understand, as our Buddhist brothers and sisters would say, there are many paths to the top of the mountain, but the view is the same regardless to which path you take.
Tell somebody. Come on now, church.
Come on.
Sound like another program that I know, but I'm not talking about presence right now. We're talking about wigging out.
Oh, so let's wig it out.
Now, you said that Dr. Barbara called you aside a few years before she crossed over. Did she know something that we didn't know?
Well, it's interesting. Dr. Barbara's first asked me to come as her successor back in 2005.
Ooh.
We started the conversation then, and I'm serving in Chicago, and I'm serving and I wasn't ready, you know. I was at that time that I moved to Los Angeles and served in LA, and she said, Jack, come back. And so I came back to help for 6 months, stayed a year and a half, but I always knew that this would be my call because I kept getting the premonitions and seeing them seeing it in visions. And so in 2016, she asked me to return. I would just return from Hawaii, serving a community in Hawaii, and I returned to South Carolina, working with Reverend Ike's ministry in South Carolina. And so I'm like, Dr. Barbara, I'm committed right down here. And she says, baby, I need your help. And so I started coming in and out. And then when I was consecrated to the bishopric, and I think this was a part of her setup.
Okay.
She along with the International Council of Bishops, felt that they needed to consecrate me to the bishopric. And that was in 2018. And shortly after, she says, baby, I need you to take over this ministry.
She's being sneaky
so,
with it.
in 2018, December 2018, I started commuting. 2 weeks here and 2 weeks in Beaufort, South Carolina. And then we added other ministries. And today we have ministry in Australia. We have Hillside United, Hawaii. We have Hillside United that we're forming in Ghana, West Africa now.
That's amazing. That is amazing. So, you know, some people think, you know, because I just saw you today, that all of this just happened today. And, you know, we think that about singers. We think that about, you know, different artists, bishops, pastors, and so on. You know, where did you come from? I used to think that about Obama. I was like, where did you come from?
See?
Because I'm a Hillary girl, but then it was like...
well, you know, hey.
But it was a journey.
Yeah, you know, people don't know the story behind you, Gloria. They don't know what it takes. And so this has been, you know, I believe that whenever anybody, you just can't get to a seat like this overnight.
Right.
It's been a process. Dr. Barbara had to test him. She had to be assured in her soul that her legacy, her life work would continue before passing it on. And for whatever reason, she felt and saw in me that she needed in order to be at peace and saying, hey, I finished this thing and I'm handing it over to you. And you know what? It's my good pleasure. It's my good pleasure to continue to do this work. And I'm so grateful that she got to see and experience the turnaround in this spiritual community before she ascended in her next stage and phase of life.
Wow. Because you wait. You set out. I heard somebody say the other day, and it really fed my soul, and it's kind of connected to what you're saying now. He was like, he said, if you drop a cookie over here, and there are a mess of ants over there, they can sense that there is food and a blessing. They just haven't got, it's in their future.
All right now.
Because they haven't reached the cookie yet.
All right.
So it was in your future.
Yeah.
You just hadn't reached the cookie yet.
Yeah, that's all right.
But now you munching on it. Now you're the cookie monster.
And here's the thing about it. You know, what's for you is for you.
Yes.
And we don't have to lie for it. We don't have to cheat for it. We don't have to steal for it. We don't have to manipulate for it. We don't have to sell our soul for it.
That's right.
What is for you, what's for me, what's for us, is for us.
Yes.
Can't nobody get it. Can't nobody take it. Can't nobody steal it. Can't nobody have it. And if you get what belongs to me, you're going to have to give it back because it doesn't belong to me.
Back.
It has my name on it. It's my divine right. It was given to me before I even incarnated.
Come on now.
Before I took form in my mama's womb.
Yes.
It had my name on it. So if you got anything that belongs to Jack Bomar, you might as well send it on.
Give it on back.
Give it on back.
That's
In fact, I'm calling it back right now.
Come on now.
I'm
Come on now.
So don't be worried and stressing about what you think that you don't have. Reverend Knight would say we have right now exactly what we are ready for. And when we're ready for the next thing, that next thing will show up.
Yes.
All of the universe will begin to conspire on your behalf to bring forth that thing that you're now ready for. If it's not here yet, you're not ready for it.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Get ready. I dare you. I double dog dare you.
That is just like food for spirit. Food for spirit. And there is now there's a personal question I wanted to ask the Reverend. But he answered it because he's wearing blue. My question was, do you always wear white?
Yeah. No, you can see I do. I'm wearing blue today, but I'll wear white a lot. And for me, it's a spiritual color. And from I was consecrated as a chief in the Yoruba tradition last year, and I realized that colors carry vibrations.
Yes, I have on all of them.
Yeah, and you do. That's beautiful. And so for me, I understand my energy is in a particular way when I'm wearing certain colors. I like wearing black as well because black is it's the mysterious. It's a mystical color. It's a royal color to give in the culture, and so I do wear a lot of white and off whites. Yeah.
I noticed that in the few assemblies that we've been in that you were wearing white, and I'm like, I wonder if there's any significance to that, because I learned that black is the fullness. It's not the absence of color.
Oh,
it's
the
actually the fullness of color, and then white is the not absence of color, but the opposite of the fullness of color. So, but they're both very powerful. I believe white is at the top of the chakra, is it?
White is the light. It represents the crown chakra. And so for those who are familiar with the different energy centers and energy points in the body, your crown chakra and your third eye, your throat chakra, and that's usually the amethyst, or we associate purple with that. And so when understanding, there's so much to learn. But when we're open to it, when we're open to learning, we'll realize that the universe, that God, that the divine speaks to us in a number of ways.
Yes.
Just like I'm doing this session right now on the hidden meaning, messages, and mystery of your numbers. That we have numbers all of our life. That we have every day. We're working with numbers. What most people don't know: your name, your birthday, your social security number, your address, your license plate, your credit card carries a particular vibration. And when we understand it, then we can work with it and understand. And even in your name, it foretells your destiny, what you're here to do. And so it's all around
Add some things up.
Yeah, you just weren't given the name that you got. There's a reason why. The universe didn't make a mistake. You might not understand it, you might not like it, you might not agree with it. But there's a meaning why. And if we understand this is all what the mystery schools, the ancient mystery schools of Kemet, over the doors of the schools, they had know thyself. And this is a part of knowing yourself in this incarnation. And it's all in the Akashic records of our DNA, that we carry all of this wisdom. But if we haven't been taught this, we don't know it.
Yes.
And you can't show what you don't know.
That's right.
Huh?
I have run into two people that, and then I saw something online where they were speaking on the Akasha records and numerology. I had a family member tell me, you lost me. And when you start talking about crystals and chakras and things, I said, well, they're just other tools.
But you know, for anybody who believes in the Bible, it's all up in there.
It's all in
You get a right understanding of it. Take it out of history and reveal the mystery. It's not his story. It's not her story. The Bible is your story. It's the mystery. It's my story.
Yeah.
And when we reveal it, and until we can find, it's all up in there, the stones and the sacred stones and the numbers. And why, what does the 40 represent? It represents completion. And 4 is also balance and stability. It's all up in there. Free your mind.
It's in there.
See, when you free yourself, you can get the true understanding of it. That's why Jesus had to speak in parables, because the people couldn't get it. He had to break it down in simple.
Yeah.
And even a parable is a story about a story. But if you stop with the story, you'll miss the inner meaning of the story. So you can't stop with the literal
You
word.
talking about Jesus?
No, you can't stop with it. You got to rightly divide the word of truth.
Yes.
Come up in here. That's
Yes.
why you need to get in spiritual spaces and places that are rightly dividing the word of truth.
And what's the address?
2450 Cascade Road, Southwest Atlanta.
Better get here Sunday morning. What time?
30311 10 a.m. 10 a.m. every Sunday. In fact, I'm doing this introduction to numerology class this week. We're doing it and we have over, I think it's 100 and plus people tuned in that class.
Get out. Y'all better get over here.
Yeah, you better.
Get on
Come
over here
Some good
and
stuff
learn
over
some new stuff.
about yourself. Come and learn the truth about you. We're not talking about any church, religious dogma, no nothing. I don't do that stuff myself. We're all about the truth. We're going to tell you the truth about you, whether you like it or not, whether you want to accept it or not, whether you can agree with it or not, whether you care to know it or not. It's going to be the truth about you. Come and learn the truth of who and what you are as a cosmic being here on this earth to do something only that you can do. More than your body, more than your circumstance, more than your situation, more than the amount of money you got in your bank account, more than your accomplishments, more than your achievements. You are God, you are spirit, you are divine. Whether you can accept it, whether you can deal with it, whether you like it or not. That's your truth. That's how we wig it out here on the hill. Can you handle it?
He got all up in your face with that, honey.
I dare you to come over. You'll never be the same again. You see, we're not here to convince you of anything. We're not here to condemn nor condone. We're here to bring forth the word of truth as we understand it. And I believe, we teach here, when we hear truth long enough, it will open up the portals of our soul and set us free. And it's these words, when the master teacher says, and the truth that you know will be the truth that sets you free. And when you are free, you are free indeed. And I want you to know, it's hard to enslave a liberated mind.
Come on now.
It's hard to enslave a soul that's been liberated and freed, set free from the chaos and the ruckus of tradition.
Yes.
When you are free, you can't go back. Someone says that once the mind has been stretched by a new idea, it can never return to its original dimension. Once we have been expanded in consciousness, and that is the only thing that can do anything, that's the only thing that can be anything, it's the only thing that can accomplish anything, it's the only thing that can make anything, it's the only thing that can create anything. When you expand your consciousness, then you can do what the great singer Bob Marley says, you can emancipate yourself.
Come on.
Hallelujah. Glory. Is this how we wig it out?
We wigging out, honey. We wigging out.
You better come on to this hill. There's some mighty good stuff over here.
Yes.
You might come bound, but you're going to leave free. Hey!
And who don't want to be free?
We're going to free your money. We're going to free every good that your soul. You see, some of you got some stuff that's been tied up by universal red tape. The bureaucracy of the universal bureaucracy. You got some good that's been stored up. Somebody got an inheritance. You can't get hold of it. Money that's owed to you. Money that's due to you. You got good. You got stuff that has your name on it, but you haven't been able to get access to it because it's tied up in universal red tape. But you got to come and learn the truth that will break through all of that universal bureaucracy and bring your good to you. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Sooner than already and quicker than not right now.
I tell you, Bishop done almost drew a tear out of my eye because he was talking to me about some red tape.
I feel it in my spirit. I'm telling you. But you can loose it.
Yes.
You can release it. And you don't have to, now I believe in all the saints, we call them ancestors, whether it's Jermaine or Michael, any of them. But you can get through all of that universal red tape and call your good to you.
Yes.
You can draw that energy in the way that we started. Your mind is the magnet, friends. Begin to magnetize yourself and your consciousness, your mind for what it is that your heart is longing for and waiting for, that your heart desires. And the way we do that the way we do that. That's what's happening right now. You see, we've been shifting stuff in this universe. That's why in our society right now, there's been a shift, even in the whole political field. When we focus, every time you focus on what you don't want, you talk about what you don't want, what you don't have, what you haven't gotten, you are magnetizing yourself to get more of that, of what you don't have, what you haven't gotten. But when you begin through thought, through word, through our feelings, through images, begin to just talk about faith is what the substance of things, the hope for, and the evidence of not seen. Sometimes you have to faith it until you make it, until you get it.
Come on.
The scripture says, "Them that's got shall get; them
Them
that not shall lose." But you got to get it before you can have it. You got to get it in your soul, get it in your mind. Talk about that. Only that. Let me tell you, we're talking about a new agenda. We're talking about a democracy that works for everybody. We're talking about a united movement. We're talking about the good that we want. And when you nurture the soul with it, you're magnetizing yourself for it. And the universe has to respond. Remember this, if you get nothing else from this wigging out moment, consciousness must be accommodated. And whatever you get the consciousness awareness of, everything will begin to conspire to accommodate that consciousness, that thing. You ain't got to labor for it. Yeah, you got to put forth your effort, because faith without works is dead. You're going to have to do your part, but you don't have to stress and worry over it. You don't have to, it's like planting a seed. You don't have to stand over the seed wondering when is it going to sprout. No, you build it in consciousness and then trust the universe to do the rest. Handle your business. And that's what people got to learn to do. Just handle your business and stay out of God's business. Your business is focusing on what it is, and let the universe, let God, let life take care of how it's going to happen, who's going to be used in the process, when is it going to show up, where you're going to be when that's none of your business. You just focus on what it is. I'm healed, I'm healthy, I'm whole, I'm rich, I'm well, and I'm happy. I'm fine, fit, fabulous, and financially free. Everything is going my way.
Come on now,
everything and everybody blesses me today.
Hey,
I got grace, mercy, and money on my trail. Life is good and getting better. This is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. How you doing?
So help me.
How you doing today?
How you doing? Is y'all up in our business today? You should have been on that other program, honey. Wasn't that amazing? And that was just part 1. He has something to say. Pearls and nuggets and treasures to plant in your spirit. So go on out there to Hillside International Truth Church and get fed, get what you need. And you know, it's not the usual gospel, as we would say. It's a fresh word, and I enjoy when I go over. Sometimes I go over when I don't sing, and it's a blessing. It's a blessing to me. So that was part 1, and I will see you next week. I'm going to be more consistent. Yes, I am. I will see you next week with part 2 of Bishop Jack Bomar and Hillside International Truth Church. But don't wait till next week, because you know the birthday celebrations and all that stuff is going on. So pull them up on the internet. They stream too. They stream on YouTube, so you can pull them up, look at them, get the schedule of what's going on, and get out and get your feet happy, honey. All right, I will see you next week for part 2 of Bishop Jack Bomar. All right, love you guys. And as always, yes, I almost forgot. And as always, remember to love yourself. Yes, it's okay. Love yourself. You can love yourself, because once you love yourself, then you will find yourself. And once you have found yourself, you will find out that you have found God. That's right. That's right. Go ahead and love yourself. Don't wait on somebody else to love you or validate you. Validate yourself, honey. Love yourself. That's right, honey. Give yourself a great big hug and tell yourself you are worth loving. And if nobody else loves you, you love yourself. And guess what else loves you? The universe loves you. God loves you. So go ahead. Don't leave them out there by themselves. Love you. Love you. All right. See you next week. And bye-bye now.